Did I get it? Hell no. Got Mag 7 silver, baby.
Well,
those boxes cost like £11 each at the time, and I bought at least 10 of them. Never mind. They're like 20.
Oh my
God, they're like 23 quid now.
That's
so
nuts.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Some consolation.
Well, you could have sold them. Waited and sold them.
No, but I wanted the skin. That's why I wanted the skin. Anyway, we have a buy for both teams here. PM with a Galil. Scream is going to emerge from mid. Simple trying to take some shots through the smoke, but will not find a connection on this occasion. We've got 3 players in mid for Epsilon here. They're going to get a smoke down into... No, they're not, but Simple is going to take up PM. It's going to be the bomb down as well. Trying to retrieve it. The flash comes in. They haven't got it yet. Simple's missing a few shots here. Scream.
He's so brave on the repeat. He just doesn't care, does he?
Yeah.
And he does have help as well going in to Connector. We do see Angel also pushing in from the ladder room. He's going to get annihilated, but Simple has a return. That's the entire point. They set up the trade fragging situations here on middle, and that meant that Epsilon could never quite get ahead. And Hellraisers looking fantastic all of a sudden. Epsilon, they were on a bit of a tear to begin with, but now it's been completely stopped, and Hellraisers are just biting off one more round.
Hellraisers have taken the lead here, and they're 2 rounds ahead, but the question is, can they lead all the way to round 16? They are 0-9 in the league at the moment. They've had many close matches, many double, triple overtimes here, but they haven't been the bride just yet. Keep getting that bridesmaid award, but we'll see if this can be their first victory here on Mirage. We've got a stack, an eco stack here for Epsilon, and this smoke is going to slow them down. Dozier is getting up close and personal here, going to get in Scream's face if he's unlucky, but the rotation is going towards mid for the 3 Epsilon players, so they may run distraction at B and try and get a plant on A, but there are 3 people on A for Hellraisers here, so that's not looking likely at the moment.
Those CZs, they actually invested in a couple Molotovs as well, so there is a plan behind this, a very, very special plan. Molotov could be for Shadow, or one of them at least. Yeah, Scream going to line it up for Shadow, I believe. That should flush out Dozier from his position. As you see PM going down in the middle there, and there goes the flash, and the reaction was to go up the ladder there. And oh my goodness, actually picks up the weapon immediately. Scream going to be in for some fun, but it's not going to go on really for all that much time, as he does get stopped by Kucha. And we have the frags coming in, and it's the terrorists, it's the Epsilon side on that weird buy who actually make it work. It's 3 versus 1. Markov to save Hellraisers in this situation, and he's getting lower and lower at this point. No bullets in his gun, no hope to be found. Markov is going to give it a go anyway. It's a CZ on the ground, but it's probably empty. He's got nothing to play with. First kill there with that P2000. Wow. Almost.
All he would have required is 1 shot on FXO there. He had no armor. Would have been 1 to the head and dead. So that was very doable for Markelov, but wasn't able to bring his team back into that round. And it's going to be a very costly round. We're seeing all these weird buys seem to be working throughout all these different matches here. But Hellraiser still clinging on to the 1 round advantage as we see FXO go for the frag up mid. He looks like he's going to peek again. He's going to go for the interesting flash. I don't think that connected with anyone, unfortunately, but there is an aggressive position here on mid. That's going to be the end of FXO for this round.
Yeah, Hellraisers doing a very smart play. They haven't mixed in a huge amount of mid aggression. Comes in at the beginning of that round, obviously catches off Epsilon, who weren't prepared for it. And now with that mid control, they can actually just hold that forever now with 1 guy. They've got Angel up there. He's actually looking, and if he times it well, he can actually push that angle too. Angel looking to just keep holding in middle whilst Hellraisers set up around A. They do have 1 player, Kucha, very, very defensive on B. So this is going to allow them a lot of possibilities when it comes to these defenses, and also possibilities to find out what's happening well before it's going to happen. Angel did fall back all the way from middle now, so it's a bit of a blind spot for them. And we see Epsilon trying to go for the committed play now towards B, and this is the last-ditch attempt for them. And can Scream delay the rotation? That's the question.
That is a smoke to do one of the short arches, so it makes it a little bit harder for the CTs to defend. We can see the Molotovs coming in there preemptively, and Scream does finally go down by Markelov on the A-bomb site. We can see the rotation now from Hellraiser towards B. A nice spray down there from Angel. 1 person remaining for PM, and that's going to be the fire to take him out. Those flames coming up from Hell to... Oh, that's from his teammate as well. It's GMX's Molotov. That's even worse.
I was just thinking that at least it's
That
not
kick
like
in the teeth.
minus $1 billion money now.
Yeah, it's now finally a reasonable fine of $300-ish.
Should it even be anything though? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know what the purpose of any fine is for competitive play, but there we go. It's better than what we had before.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like minus 3,000.
Yeah, it was like 11 times more than it is now, which was finally looked at by the dev. So thank you for that.
And they are making their way up slope here for a bit of a split on 2A. It's very simple, no nades. They got like all kinds of weird weapons to scrap together as Hellraisers work into them with those M4s at the beginning moments of this last round for the first half. And Epsilon struggled to make their way onto the bomb site. They're getting completely shut down. And there you go, 9-6 Hellraisers making themselves look pretty good. All I
saw was white for the second half of that round, and then everyone was dead. So. There we go. Hellraisers on the T side now. We can see if Epsilon can mount a more solid CT defense here. It's going to be some more FXO versus Simple, but I think Simple's going to have more freedom to cause more mayhem on the T side than he does on the CT side. So we'll see how that goes. We have the T's quickly taking up areas all over the place at the moment, and that's going to be 2 fast frags, put it down to 3 left for Epsilon.
And there goes Markov. Going to make his way up jungle, going to find himself some problems in the form of Kucha. Dozier also getting himself an easy frag, and oh dear, Epsilon are in a certain degree of trouble, aren't they? They are facing what could possibly be 2 more rounds for Hellraisers.
I thought they might try and force it up here, so to try and stop Hellraisers from getting a significant lead, because if they don't, then it's going to be 12-6 basically. And they have indeed done that. They've gone for armor, helmets, CZs, P250.
But all AKs for Hellraisers.
Indeed, they've gone straight for the AKs. And look at the aggressive play here from Hellraisers. They're looking to get, from Epsilon, sorry, they're looking to get as much information as possible, as fast as possible. And they've got a lot of information, but they need to get back to the bomb site B quickly. GMX is emerging, and now they're going to be in a difficult situation. They're going to face multiple Ts at the same time. They're all together here.
He can shoot, and it's not going to go well for Epsilon. This investment has been entirely shut down, and this is a big deal. Not even any damage done. Are you for real? That's going to be an insanely big setback for Epsilon. That was the high risk, high reward kind of play, whereby now they are in a position where they have to eco an extra one, so they're going to go down potentially 13-6, and Dozier are going to get the kill there onto PM. None of them died. None of them died.
It was a gamble from the Epsilon side, but they made the gamble in all the wrong places, and it was kind of sucky for them, because the only place they didn't push was the place where basically all the Hellraisers pushed. So, and once they figured out where they were playing a retake situation. They kind of had 1 or 2 people with like a 1 foot in the water, so it was a really awkward situation there.
And also, one thing that they were probably cognizant of is that the typical thing for the meta on Mirage is to build a round for the CTs off of 2 scouts or even 1 scout and some CZs. So by hitting the B site incredibly quickly like that, you counter that strategy. So that strategy didn't even come to play, but they still crushed the round. So Hellraisers know what they're doing right now with the meta.
They're all falling down. Only Uzi left. Can they get any frags? Dozier on 40, Angel on 13, Uzi on 0. 12-6 Epsilon. Hellraisers. Need more coffee.
So, Hellraisers could... I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, man. I don't want to jinx it or
don't say it.
Or
don't
say
do
anything.
it. But worth noting, Epsilon don't have an AWP or an FXO just yet because of that second round bye. But Simple does have it, and he will not be challenged just yet in mid. FXO is going to go for the connective play, but not look all the way down towards mid.
Oh, I think it's that A split again that they're going for here. But look at this, Epsilon pushing slope. This is interesting now because they're going to see that there's nothing up there, so they're going to try to rotate towards B. This could help Hellraisers.
The bomb, however, is top of mid, which will slow down their advance a little bit as they will have to go and retrieve it. We've got Uzi going to peek short, see what he can find. But there is a smoking connector, so he won't find Markelov just yet. But Markelov, I believe, is still in connector, so he may see him when he does choose to cross. And we've got Scream in the jungle area, but Uzi will do the honors. And then Hellraiser Akucha goes down soon after, but have they seen the bomb yet?
Yeah, Uzi basically just potentially won them the rounds with that play. Completely cut off the split from happening. Now Hellraiser's in a very big disadvantage. Although Simple able to take an easy kill onto PM, he wasn't looking the right way towards Slope because there was no one watching Palace. So now Epsilon are scrambling to make this happen. And Dozy are going to come in with a frag on Scream. It's all falling apart for Epsilon. French side are certainly going to have to rely on Uzi in that spot. And Uzi already picking up the double. I mean, that should have put them ahead, but they didn't have enough information perhaps. They had a bit of a maybe indecision on some of the positioning, and Hellraisers, they didn't second guess themselves. They just went for it, and they managed to secure the round with a decisive play.
Hellraiser's looking strong here. Epsilon forced to eco once again. It's unless they get some excellent frags in early here, it's going to be 14-6 Epsilon, and Epsilon will have the smallest margin for error. That is Uzi down. Simple's going to watch short, and he may find GMX if he keeps his eyes in that area. Excuse me.
So one thing about the last round, which I found interesting, was that Epsilon tried to challenge Hellraisers on middle, whereby they have a much disadvantaged situation with a play like that. They're facing up against the AWP of Simple. There's definitely going to be AKs there to support. The smokes and flashes were down for Hellraisers as well. So largely speaking, it was
so smart.
It was hard to go for something like that. And instead of sitting back waiting for the play, they had the aggressive push through Slope. They eliminated that position. They could have maybe eliminated one more position instead of just walking into Hellraisers for the mid challenges. Sure, they got the frags, but in all the chaos, I think Hellraisers are always an advantage there. And so Epsilon perhaps looking for a bit of a more defensive posture for this round, perhaps, but the AWP is going to FACEIT.
Simple, smart not to repeat at the end of the round there. All he could get from that was $300, and it would have cost him a good 6,000-7,000 should he lose that duel. So not worth it there. They are one round away from match point, are Hellraisers. Epsilon still could win this though, but FACEIT is going to go down to Simple in mid. They are doing the boost themselves now, but Angel is ready for it, and Uzi's going to get the nade, which is going to bring Hellraisers down to 4, but Epsilon are on 2 now. The bomb is in no man's land, but it's not going to matter for the moment because they're just going to go to wipe out this CT team here.
Epsilon in a lot of trouble now. I mean, what is their bank like even? I think they can maybe, but yeah, I think they can. What, did they lose 5 in a row already? I think maybe that's the case. But even if that is the case,
yeah, they haven't won a single round on the CT side yet. So
obviously they have to force it no matter what.
This will be their 6th round that they lose, which means that they will get that 3rd round consecutive loss bonus. So they can force it. They can get some M4s, lacking nades, some FAMASs. Uzi going for the naked AWP here, which he might throw over to FACEIT, who does have Kevlar, but he may play the spawns here. So let's see where he is now. In fact, he is going to go to FACEIT. So he's going to have to go nuclear here if he's going to keep Epsilon in this match.
So far, I feel like the strategy for Hellraisers has been solid, and Epsilon have not been doing the correct adaptations to that. And Simple going to go for the pick. Look at that, Senzuzi flying. There is a response from FACEIT. Simple versus FACEIT, but Simple now getting shot from the back, and that's going to cause a advantageous situation on the players here for Epsilon, as they do start things off well. And Hellraisers, they kind of pushed in off the back of that first kill. If Simple had made the other kill, it would have been very interesting, but right now it's settling a little bit here for Epsilon, but it's still 3-3, and Hellraisers still look very good for this.
They haven't seen the bomb yet, have Epsilon, so that's why they're kind of rotating back and forth. I'm not really sure where they can expect the teams to come from. Dozier crouching at an opportune moment where they won't see the bomb on their radar. Markelov looks away from the flash and turns around just in time to take out Scream. 10 HP remaining. We'll smoke off the jungle area. And PM will get the frag though on Angel, who is not looking as he runs past. PM does go down to Dozier, and it's all down to FACEIT here on a 2v1. He is in CT. There is no smoke. Doesn't get the frag on Markelov. Markelov with 10 HP remaining, so well, that he knows that.
And it is all on FACEIT. Save the round. So he tries desperately to make this happen. And he's pushing away now, and there it is. It's going to be the round there for Hellraisers, and they get the game. So Hellraisers, oh yeah, they actually managed to get one on the board.
Well
on the
done. On
rankings.
Simple's birthday as well, so he's got an extra huge here to make sure that it all happened for him. So congratulations to Simple and to Hellraisers on their first win in the FACEIT League. So
And the way they did it was fantastic too. They just, I feel like it's very strong play, generally speaking, on CT. But then on the Terrace side, I feel like what they're doing was great, but I also feel like the play from Epsilon was a little bit too much into the hands of what was happening from Hellraisers. So yeah, it's nice that they got a very clean win. Hellraisers, I feel like they deserve a lot more on the board because they're a pretty solid team.
okay, so we have updated rankings now, so let's have a look at those and see where the teams are doing following today's games. Again, we've got Hellraisers who have now played 10 games, so everyone's going to have a game in hand against them, and they're on the bottom of the scoreboard now with 3 points, but it's
so
better
sad.
than 0, that's for sure.
That's true.
And Fnatic now are on a par with NiP on the top of the leaderboard, and they've got 2 games in hand over them as well. So they've only lost 1 game as opposed to NiP's 2. So they're looking great to make it to LAN finals at the moment. We've got Titan and Virtus Pro both with 15 points there, and LDLC very close behind them with 12. And again, we've got like Dignitas have a lot of games to play, so they could easily charge back up the leaderboard here. So it's all to play for, really.
Yeah, Dignitas are really going to need like 3 wins in a row, really, something like, or do something to that effect, because otherwise, I think they really are playing with fire at the moment. It's looking really, the middle table is looking really interesting. Actually, it can just go anywhere at this point. I think. Obviously, only really Fnatic look somewhat secure. I mean, they've only lost, what was it, like 1 match or something.
Yeah.
Everybody else has lost like at least 3. So, but Fnatic, their stats are pretty damn good lately. It's amazing to watch them play too, and they've hit like this perfect combo of players, and you can just see that the communication, the dynamic, the calling, it all just synergizes like immensely well.
Yeah, it is. It is great to watch, and we have more games coming up for you tomorrow, so you can look forward to those as well. And I think we might be ready to actually we might have to wait a minute or 2 because we've just connected to a server to give you some drops, but the server's just loaded another map, so you have to bear with us. But
Nice.
worth noting that in 3 hours we are going to be going live with the American portion of our league here. So we're going to have, I believe, 4 games for you today in the American League. If you go to league.faceit.com, you can find that information on today's fixtures, the current rankings as well. And we will be playing those matches again for you on the weekend as well, so you can look out for those if you can't stay up late enough to get connected to those matches.
I do believe we still have the VIP package awaiting to be won by someone
Europe.
In Europe.
Yep.
And it's on the 10th, I believe, of October. You can go and play the community night on the 10th. If you are the guy or girl that manages to get the most points in that community night over that stretch of 6 to 8 hours of playing pugs and grinding those points, then you'll be in store for all flights paid and the accommodation paid as well in the hotel, same hotel as all the players and all the casters and all the crew basically. And you will be there live at the event for the FACEIT LAN finals at Milan Games Week. So that's a damn awesome prize.
That's a pretty cool prize, yeah.
It's a really awesome prize.
For playing free pugs. I don't know how much more you could ask for. So
it's pretty damn good.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
And James, and you got to follow the channel because James is going to be throwing some knives around it all.
Knives or grenades, yeah.
All different.
Follow us, I'll throw grenades in the studio instead. So
yeah,
knives or grenades, the choice is yours.
all right, excellent.
Yeah, so we are still waiting for this blasted Valve server to allow us to give you these skins. So should be in about a minute or 2. What else do we have to cover in the meantime?
Well, one thing I actually want to talk about Glitch Magazine as well, because Glitch Magazine, I mean, there's not like many magazines going on at the moment these days. It's kind of like an older concept, but it's still like really cool. And Glitch Magazine is like this. It's like the nerdgasm explosion of cool nerdy.
That sounds a bit scary.
Nerdy stuff. And I believe they do still have a promo going on with FACEIT. I'll double check that with production in a moment. But basically, Glitch Magazine is like 100 pages of content, and it's stuff like the promo is still on, so you can go try it out. glitchmagazine.com/FACEIT. But it's basically like articles and stuff on comics, gadgets, movies, hardware, esports, of course. They have like cool interviews with very interesting personalities and players from the scene. People like Heaton and if you're a fan of League, people like Xpecky and so on and so forth. So they've really got their finger on the pulse of what it is to be a nerd. So
what it is to be a nerd.
So if you is a nerd, then they should definitely check it out. Again, glitchmagazine.com/FACEIT, and you can just check out all the content for free. So give it a go, see if you like it, and maybe you will find some interesting things that resonate with you. And also, I think we mentioned Netcode Guys earlier as well.
We did indeed, but you could mention it again very briefly before we switch into this game and try and give some gifts away.
All right, so before we give the gifts away, Netcode Guys is also something you've got to check out if you're an aspiring player. I mean, the whole point of FACEIT is that you're competing in these pugs and these leagues and tournaments and stuff. It like really gets you going when it comes to just improving your game, so you can get better results, win more points, maybe win some of these awesome packages that sometimes get given away. Because even in every community night, top 10 actually win prizes. So you might be able to actually up your skills to win some prizes, and this is a really good resource for that. They take pro strategies, pro players. They go over demos, they do analysis and stuff like that. They create lots of video content to allow you to help. To help you improve your game. So go check out Netcode Guys as well. And I think James is about ready to give some skins away.
Okay, let's switch to the game. And before we give these gift boxes away, I just want to show you something. So if we can get into the game here. This knife we are going to be giving away as well. So to win this one, all you have to do is play pugs on the FACEIT platform. And someone who plays a pug before the end of the league will be given this knife at complete random. So, yeah. Anyway, we've got 50 gifts to give away. So if you have your Steam account linked to your Twitch account, then you may have received one of those 25 skins, and we will open this one as well. And that's 50 skins to you guys. So thank you very much for watching. And I think that's going to bring this particular part of the stream to a close. So if you're a night owl, then we will see you in about 3 hours from now for the NA stream. If not, then we'll see you tomorrow for more of the FACEIT League.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the games. And good night.
esportsbets.com, the service where gamers will bet real money on virtual events. Only here, the best odds and widest coverage of games from Dota 2 to Hearthstone. We have over 200,000 users registered. Join us. Prove that you are the best versed in esports. Who will get the first blood? Who will take the first Roshan? Who will win the knife round? Participate in the race of predictors and earn real money. The more bids, the more bonuses. Reward for your first deposit up to $600. esportsbets.com. Foresight, passion, and calculation.